Hey Wizards, it's Dev, Mtg, magic, text effects, all that. And today, we're going to go a little gameplay in with this red-black AristoCATS deck that I believe it was Daniel Garcia, I think that's his name. I apologize if that's not your name. That did really well with this, the Magic Online Championship Series. And then Andrea Mengucci, perennial pro player, wrote an article about it in which he said he was able to get the top 20 ranks of Mythic with this deck. So high hopes for red-black AristoCATS here, and it's essentially very similar in basic concept to the deck that I just got done showing off, the mono-black Cat Food deck. And if you haven't seen it yet, I just put gameplay out of that deck too. So I'll leave a link in the description for that. If you're interested, check out that deck. It's only like 25 bucks. But this deck is only about $100, 4 times as much as the deck I just put out, but it is subsequently far more powerful, and $100 is really not like super high budget, honestly. For like a winning Magic deck, you could pay a whole lot more. So I'm excited to get some games in with this, and I have already a few games, not a whole lot, but it's been fairly impressive. I mean, the basic concept is the same. The shell is Cauldron Familiar, Witch's Oven, just sack the cat over and over to it, but you've got Midnight Reaper in there, help you draw cards when you do that, and Gutter Bones as another sort of low-end creature that's easy to sacrifice and you get back, it's resilient and all that. But aside from that, the rest of the deck is a more or less radical departure from the rest of the deck list that I've seen, not only the one I posted, but all the, $100 mono black lists too. So let's go over some of the weirder stuff, like Claim the Firstborn, which is actually like such an impressive card for a lot of reasons. Just for 1 mana, you steal a creature and then sack it to Witch's Oven, which is really gross. But even if you can't sack it to Witch's Oven at the time, then you can still like steal a Rotting Regisaur, Gruul Spellbreaker or something, and just get through with it alongside your Gutter Bones, Cauldron Familiar, your 2-drops or whatever. So you can just aggro them out in that way. And you can even use this to give creatures of your own haste for just 1 mana some of the time. Like you want to attack with Midnight Reaper this turn, or Mayhem Devil or whatever, like sure, go ahead and attack with it this turn. Let's give it haste for 1 mana. This claim has been really good. There's a lot of different applications, and it just costs 1 mana, so it lets you double spell and get a lot of value on given turns. So I really like claim, especially alongside Witch's Oven. It's just nuts. But there's also Mayhem Devil in this deck, all 4 copies, because not only are we sacrificing Cauldron Familiar, so it's like Iara. It fills a similar function by just getting us double damage off of Cauldron Familiar sacks. So that's really neat. We get them on the front end on the sacks, rather than the back end when Cauldron Familiar comes into play like Iara does. Now, Judith, I've slipped in 1 copy. This is slightly different from the build of the deck that's been running around. That deck plays like Mask of Immolation, and I don't think that card is quite good enough. Even if it's just a 1-of. In case you don't know what card I'm talking about, let me just... It's this thing right here. A lot of decks that I've seen play a 1-of this, and maybe I'm crazy, but I don't know that this is exactly how you want to be using your slots. So I just use Judith as a 5th Mayhem Devil, effectively, that also gives all of our creatures a little boost. So we're trying out this build, and there's a couple of key differences. Like, I've got 2 Murderous Riders. The original build plays 1 Murderous Rider and a Bedevil, but there's really not that many like problem artifacts running around unless you're that worried about like Dance of the Manse or something. It's just... There's not that many other than food tokens, right? So I'm just not... I figured 2 Murderous Riders probably better than a Murderous Rider and a Bedevil, but who knows? We'll definitely see. And then Ingrass Rampage has also been very, very impressive for making them sacrifice like early Okos and Teferis and stuff. But again, dealing with problem artifacts when you have to do that, we have a main deck card for it. Making them sack a creature is great too. It goes with Mayhem Devil. Whenever they sacrifice something, they take a damage. Because it works for all players. Whenever a player sacrifices a permanent too. So that works well too with the Fabled Passage in our mana base. And a lot of these decks will play 4 Fabled Passage, but I've only got 1 right now. And it's a pretty aggro deck for the most part. So I don't want like all 4 Fabled Passage, but man, it could work. Obviously it's been working. Fabled Passage is a good card. But aside from that, it's just like Orzhov Enforcer to fill out the 2-drop slot and be a good sack target for Priest of the Forgotten Gods. So that is basically what we're working with in this deck. We'll go ahead and take it into the old gold ladder on Arena and see if it can pick up some games. Alright, we're in against Galadar here, and we have an acceptable, if not crazy, opening hand. So we'll run with it here. We can Cauldron Familiar, Orzhov Enforcer, Midnight Reaper, Murderous Rider if we have to. So we got some bases covered here. We'll see if it works out. Yes, Galadar does something with their opener here. Decides if they want it or not. I'm with you if you throw it back. It's alright. We're all friends here. You can toss it back. It's okay. Alright, so they did take a mulligan. Cauldron Familia. Sega Genesis. See what we're working with. Mountain, you know what that means? Yep, Scorch Spitter. I was surprised we didn't see that card earlier. Let's play a mountain of our own. Solidarity. And start enforcing. Nah, no attacks. I was thinking about, hey, you want to trade, buddy? But we'll wait until we get this Midnight Reaper. And another Scorch Spitter. Another Scorch Spitter. Nice. Alright, so it's very funny. Midnight Reaper. No tax. Let's just get set up here. They're going to get Calamity, though, and it's going to be a problem. Oh, Spell Gorger. Neat. Okay. Maybe it's not a Calamity deck. Wouldn't that be something? Alright. Alright, buddy. You're in trouble. Witch's Oven. Mountain. Mayhem Devil. Oh, boy. Alright, so... no attacks. I'm laughing at my own stupid... It's not even a joke. To go, oh boy. I just feel good. Oh, there's a Torbran. Ah, that's very bad. That's so bad. Okay. Yikes. Yeah, you can have that, I suppose. Ouch, 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 ouch. Alright. You can kill all my creatures. Block. Oof, mono red. All right. So we got out of that pretty well. That's not bad. That's really not bad. So let's immediately murder Strider this Torbran. Let's get that mess out of here. Ooh, I feel lucky. But I probably shouldn't. But I do. We'll go down to 7, play Priest. Attack with just Midnight Reaper. We'll get the damage. We'll end the turn. Oh, and they scooped. Okay. They scooped it up. They were thinking about it. It turns out I think we did have that one pretty well locked up. I was going to sacrifice the Midnight Reaper that turn so we'd stop taking damage. But didn't have to. Didn't have to worry about it. We sewed that one up pretty well. But we also got pretty much everything that we need for a good game. And that tends to happen. I don't know if you've noticed, but it's something I've meant to do like a whole video about. But I have a theory that like the first time you play a deck, especially if it's the first time you played it in a minute on Arena, then you tend to do better. You know, like if you build a deck for the first time and you play it for the first time, you often tend to get very smooth draws with it. And then if you leave a deck alone for like 24 hours, come back to it, it seems like you get smooth draws for the first game there too. So I'm just something I've noticed. Don't know if y'all have, but let me know if you have. So this turn we will Fabled Passage. Much as I don't want to, we will Fabled Passage. Knight of the Ebon Legion. Want a red source here. So I could freely mountain this turn. Then we're going to claim the Firstborn. Swing. Witch's Oven. Sacrifice the Knight. So you see, y'all, that claim the Firstborn plus Witch's Oven is pretty gross. All we really got rid of was a Knight of the Ebon Legion, but hopefully that'll help our tempo out. Alright, got a Dread Horde Butcher. It's going to go ahead and swing in. It's Midnight Reaper, and we're running out of good playable fish in our hand here. They shock Midnight Reaper, then we're in trouble. Judy. Judy! Let's go ahead and block. We're going to take 2 here, but I don't care. Well, we'll take 3, I guess. Four because Midnight Reaper died. That's cute. Alright, we got another Midnight Reaper. Isn't that nice? So let's play it. You know, the situation isn't that bad. It's really not. You might be able to play out from under this. It's just a Judith. I mean, they've got a handful of cards and mana to play them, but just the way things look right now, it could be worse. Excuse my cough, by the way. I've done it a few times this video and I haven't addressed it. I apologize. What you gonna do, buddy? He's having a hard time. I'm on Hong59. I try to say everybody's name. Pass. We're in second main phase now. Apparently it can be our turn if we want it to be. I think we do. Hey! Cauldron Familiar. I'll take it. Alright, so play Familiar. They got something they can do, obviously. Let's light up the stage. Is it like a shock or something? I wonder. What do you have over there? Alright, so yeesh, I'll be taking a damage per midnight, or per sacrifice, but I'm gonna do it. Get in with this one Reaper, try to put him at 13 so we can start winning damage race. If it works. They've got an instant speed spell in their hand. Timers them, and they quit. That's 2 scoops in a row for no real reason, I think. But I guess I'll take the scoops. I mean, I guess people see the situation and they're like, okay, they're set up. I'm not playing out from under this. But I think that, you know, me having 2 Midnight Reapers out, like, if I'm the aggro player in that situation, I'm like, here we go. But I guess not. For some reason. All right, we're in against Bryce here. Breeze? I don't call him Bryce. Not a super happy hand. I'm gonna mulligan that. For something I don't really like a whole lot more, or a whole lot better, but we're gonna do it. What would y'all throw back? I think I'm gonna throw back this claim. If we had started with the Witches of it in our hand, it'd be different. But like, we don't know if that's even gonna be an important card at all. So, start on tapped Embereth here. Just really hoping to get something to play on turn 1 or 2, but we mulligan didn't get anything to do. I guess we'll get a Priest. That's something. But it's going to take us like forever to get set up here. Alright. Fingers crossed we actually get to do stuff. Evolving Wilds! Evolving Wilds, eh? Alright. For a forest, teamer so far. I could Lups this turn, so I probably shouldn't have played the land. Well, if I do that, then all I've got is black mana. I'm going to go ahead and get Reaper down. Got rid of that Claim the Firstborn and then immediately drew a Priest. It's hilarious. Alright, Risen Reef. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but it has. Hey, isn't that cute? Isn't that just the cutest thing you ever did see? Alright, so it's all attack. See if we can get rid of this Risen Reef for natural means, but we can't, so let's Lups first. Yeah, because then we can just Passage for a red source. But we got it anyway. Sack that Risen Reef, buddy. Alright, this game's looking pretty good. We have double Mayhem Devil if we want it, so not bad. We just need like a Gutter Bones or a Cauldron Familiar, like something that we can sack without having to care about it. Would be nice. So I don't really want to sack Reaper or Mayhem Devil or anything. Ugh, we might have to. I really don't want them to have Risen Reefs. I don't want that at all. Temple of Milady comes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different lands. Well, I think we all know where this is going. Ooh, okay. It's like, I think I've got enough red sources, but you always need more than you think, right? I'm going to take the swamp, though. And at this point, yeah, I'm going to do it. Let's get in. Activate Priest. Target that player. Submit 1. Sacrifice 2 other creatures. That's going to deal a fair amount of damage. Hit them with the devil triggers. like it's Devil May Cry. Oh, and those are good cards to draw. Those are such good cards to draw. Y'all, those are great cards to be having done drawn. Alright, so resolve. Yeah, we'll Mayhem Devil. We'll do that. Might just be able to drop Judith next turn and finish it. Wouldn't that be nice? Risen Reef. They're gonna get Risen Reef. Come hell or high water. They're gonna play Risen Reef. Alright, well, I guess we got something faux at. Let's just go ahead and Judith. And we could finish Flashy here. But instead we're just gonna all attack. Put him in 1. Well, yeah, I see what happened there. Alright, and then I guess we'll just Witch's Oven. Kill them, sacrifice. Yeah, I had to think about it. It was a good game them. They good gamed us. Cool, cool. So we've won 3 in a row, and that one we actually won without the opponent having to scoop halfway through the game because they had to pee or something, or their mom called them, or I don't know. They realized that they left a sandwich on the hood of their car. Something happened in the first couple of games where people were like, I'm just not playing against this deck. And that one, we actually won through, you know, traditional means. But let's get a 4th one in. Note how quickly this deck wins games. 3-0 right now with it. Let's see what happens here as Louis Blue gets to go first. And we are going to lead on Swamp here and play Gutter Beezy. Old G-Bones. Glow Sport. It's been a while. It's been a while since I let my soul glow. What'd you get? Gruesome Menagerie. I like your style. I like your steez, Louis Blue. Maybe you figured it out. None of the rest of us have. Let's see if they want to trade creatures here. In fact, they do. So we'll Orzhov Enforcer. I guess they just want to put creatures in the graveyard, right? It doesn't really matter to them. Ooh, a Charnel Troll. Something else you don't see every day. Or most days at all, in fact. You know, probably take a shot off that troll, right? Right? Nah, let's just do this and be safe. And then we'll Witch's Oven. I guess we'll swing in. First Blood. Rambo. Alright. So okay, let's see what else this Golgari deck from a year ago is doing. Maybe this is the plan. Like maybe this is what you should be doing right now. Just playing last year Golgari. Alright, Midnight Reaper. I can respect that. It's a fine play. Alright. Pass it up, pass it up. I was hoping for a 4th land and we got it. That's very sweet. So Mayhem Devil. Cauldron Familia. And then at this point, I'm going to go ahead and kill this Midnight Reaper. Even though it's probably for the best to do this, like, during their turn. Still just, I want to be done with it. Then I guess we can attack in. 16. Orzhov Enforcer. Alright. They're at 15, we're at 22. That is a very pretty position to be sitting in, but they've also got 4 cards left in their hand in their Golgari deck, which means they have access to some mean stuff. Ooh, an Ayara. Okay. Gutter Bones. Alright. I respect it. I will always respect that. Fabled Passage. Yep. 2 Ayara. By the way, I don't know if you guys are noticing how sick this stupid deck is. That's Judith. Then, sacrifice this. Now we get 2 triggers. Kill that. Well, now we kill it. And bop. Then, when we sacrifice the food, we can kill the Gutter Bones. Yeah, I mean, I'd scoop to that too. This is ridiculous, right? So, wow. All right, so 4 in a row. Let's try and lose one, get one more game in with this deck. This is if you saw the mono black budget cat food video that we just did gameplay on, then you know, I think we went like 2 and 4 or something like that, but we kept getting like super close to winning games. Where if we're within a turn of winning the game or something. This deck just like completely destroys everyone that it comes across. So, but you know, I've said that, which means that I've officially jinxed it. It's really bad mana turn 1, but otherwise I really like this hand, so I'm gonna go with it. It's not great, you know, like unless we get another black source, we can't, you know, double 1-drop next turn, but I'm still gonna go with it. The strength of 2 Murderous Riders in your opener is just, it's fairly high, so we'll see what's up against Sage Hats here. Drops the Swamp. Okay, we did get another black source, and it's probably worth paying the 2 life for, because we're really only paying 1 life. Cauldron Familiar. And then Gutter Bones, and we are right there on board, and we can Judith next turn, so I think we may have turned that around. And we have 2 black sources for Murderous Rider. Yep, Corpse Knight. We just drew a Rankle, too. Let's go ahead and Rider that. All attack. Say go. There's only 1 Rankle in this deck, but this has also been a really impressive card. It's a little down on the overall power level of it, even though it was in my top 20 for the set. I'm still like a little bit down on the overall power level of the card, but like, seeing it in action, like getting multiple swings or swinging out of nowhere and like guaranteeing an activation or a trigger is so good. Like sometimes even just 1 makes the difference, especially if you have cards to discard that you don't care about. Like making them discard when it hits is just disgusting. But we've obviously forced a really difficult decision on Sage Hats here. Oh, they didn't do anything. Okay, so I guess we didn't get the land, so we Judith here. Everybody clap your hands. See what their removal spell is. You gonna Murderous Rider? Yeah, they Murderous Rider. The Judy. Deals the damage to them. But Murderous Rider cost them, though, you know? Cost them 3 life in total. And if they just use this turn to replay Murderous Rider, we can just Murderous Rider it. Or we can Rankle and make him sack it or something. Order of Midnight, get the Corpse Knight back, and then play the Corpse Knight. Alright. Where is this 4th land? Alright. What is the play here? It's probably best to go ahead and Midnight Reaper. Trade. Trade me. They don't. Alright. They'd apparently rather go down to 8 and not let us draw a card. Really would like this land. That's the one we're going to lose, is the one where we don't draw lands. That makes sense. Alright, they've still got 4 cards in their hand, plus 2 adventure guys. Both of which they could play if they wanted to. They don't have to show us any of the cards in their hand this turn. Corpse Knight, oh boy. That's trouble. Kill the Midnight Reaper. Hey, we drew the land. That's probably good. Alright, so... attack with both. They've said good game here. And they're just going to scoop it up. Alright, so what was that? 5-0? Was it? Am I miscounting? Was that 5-0 just now? It took us all the way through Gold Tier 3. We're about to tier up again, so pretty stinking hot deck. Alright, let's go in here. If you want to check this one out, and I would not blame you if you did, just check the first link in the description. I'll go over to TCG Player, pick up any pieces that you might need. Like I said, it's only like $100 to play this deck, and it was really impressive today. Even though we didn't play against too much, like really powerful, you know, we still played against a couple of decks that are fairly popular right now. So, especially again at the F&M level, this just looks ludicrous. And in all of those games, by the way, note that the way we were set up, it'd be really tough for a lot of these Golos, Fires of Invention, or Field of the Dead decks to really deal with this. Especially Field of the Dead. If any of these decks didn't get their sweeper in time, we'd have picked those games up. And the ones where we had Midnight Reaper out, even getting Deafening Clarion or something, wouldn't have hurt us that bad. So, just a really interesting deck that like has some aggro potential, but once it gets set up, it just does all the damage in the world. You know, if you notice how good Mayhem Devil performed in some of these games, because when you got the cat combo, which cat combo used to mean something completely different in Magic, and we all hated it. But this cat combo is much more acceptable. Once you got this cat combo set up, then you're getting, you know, a point of damage to anything on the table when you sacrifice the cat to the oven. And then you're getting another point of damage to anything on the table when you sacrifice the food to bring the cat back. So it's like you're getting a shock of extra damage every time. You're basically actually tripling the damage production on the combo, which is absolutely insane. It makes the combo much more viable. But you saw the Judith doing work in there a couple of times too, and there's a reason why every single card that's in here is in here. Even the stuff that doesn't look quite as good, but could probably come out. Like I said, I did some tweaking with this. You know, there's 2 Murderous Riders instead of a Murderous Rider and a Bedevil. There's a Judith in there. The original deck was a little bit different, but there's really not that much changes, or that many changes. It always bugs me when people go much and then a plural word, and I've just done it. So I should have said many. But in any case, this was a super fun deck, and I'm going to be doing a lot of playing with this over the course of the season. This is ridiculous. So I hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you did, hit the like button, thumbs up the video, put it in more recommended feeds so more people can see this ludicrous thing that we just went 5-0 with in best of 1. So do that. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'm going to try to, now that I'm in the house and I've got the office set up and all that, I'm going to try and put out content like way more often, you know, up to 4 or 5 times a week instead of the usual 3. So I'm going to try to pump out content a little bit more consistently now. But make sure you subscribe so you can see all that content, and hit up the Patreon if you want to reward that content and help make it better too. So all the support matters, even if it's only $1. And for $1 a month, I'll let you like vote on what decks you want to see next, and I'll let you know what's happening before we do it. You know, at least 24 hours in advance. So I try to pack in a lot of value for $1, but even if you're just like watching the videos and you don't have to scroll for the Patreon, I appreciate you being here. Just the views mean a lot to me. So I guess I'm done for this one, though. I'd really like to get back in there and play about 6 more games, which I think I might. But in any case, hope you enjoyed it. If you like it, check out the link in the description. Go to TCOG Player, and I'll catch you cats later. I'm Dev from the Place. Thanks for watching, my wizards. Spread love and be kind.